Today, I have another Yin class for you, and for class, I recommend a bolster and 2 blocks. If you don't have those things, you can always substitute with a rolled up or folded up blanket and or 2 pillows. Bring 1 block on each side of your mat towards the center of your mat. Sitting cross-legged, bring your bolster behind you, base of the bolster at the base of your spine. Slowly lower yourself onto your bolster and find butterfly legs, feet on the ground, knees bent. Allow your knees to drop. Open to each side. Connect the bottoms of your feet. Bring your arms out wide, maybe even up overhead. Snuggle your shoulder blades in toward one another. Slightly tuck your chin in towards your chest. Lengthen the back of your neck. And breathe. Slow breath in, smooth breath out. You can deepen the posture by bringing your blocks to a lower setting or sliding them further away from your mat and choosing a different arm variation at any point. Three to 5 slow breaths here. Bring your hands to your outer thighs. Guide your knees up toward one another. Bring your feet flat on the ground. Straighten one leg at a time. Arms out wide. From here, you'll move your bolster over towards the left side of your mat. Embrace your abdomen, cross your legs, or just come to a seat. Move your bolster over to the left. Move any blocks out of the way. And then come to lie flat on your back once again. Eagle leg supine twist, bend at your knees. Move your hips over to the right. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Allow your legs to drop to the left. Extend your right arm out long. Option to look over your right shoulder. If your low back is uncomfortable, untwist. Move your hips to the right even more. Retwist. Return your awareness to your breathing. Final 3 to 5 breaths here. Return your gaze towards the ceiling. Slowly untwist your legs. Uncross your right leg. Recenter your hips. And you'll do the same thing on the other side. Take your bolster from the left to the right. Keep your knees bent. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Allow your legs to drop to the right. Extend your left arm and maybe look over your left shoulder. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. Final 3 to 5 breaths here. Slowly untwist your legs. Center your hips. Just drop both knees in towards your chest and backs, or bring one hand per shin. Rock left, rock right. Massage your low back. Slowly make your way into a seat and wings around. So move your bolster out of the way. Bring one block on each side of your mat, next to your hands or in front of your hands when you find tabletop. Transition to tabletop, plant your hands on the floor underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips, cat-cow. Inhale, drop your chest. Gaze forward. Exhale, push the ground away, round your spine, gaze back. Inhale to arch your spine, draw your shoulder blades toward one another. Exhale, broaden your upper back, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Sync movement with breath. Child's pose, connect your big toes, widen your knees. And for a deeper shoulder and chest opener in child's pose, bring the blocks underneath your forearms. If you'd rather this be a solely inner thigh stretch, no blocks. Forehead on the ground, palms on the ground. Final few breaths here. If you have blocks, bring your arms inside of your blocks. Slide them off the edges of your mat. Walk your hands in toward you. Janustasana. Extend your legs out long on an angle, as if you are creating the letter V with your legs. This is a forward fold. As you fold forward, Lead with your heart, so keep your back as flat for as long as possible, and keep your knees facing the ceiling. You can use your blocks underneath your forearms here. You can stack them to be underneath your forehead. You can walk your hands out. You can lower to your forearms. It's all going to be very dependent on you. Because this is a fold, you may feel it in your back body as well as your hamstrings, as well as your inner thighs. Smooth breaths here. Final full round of breath. On your next breath in, slowly roll up. Move your blocks off to the side. Straighten your legs out long in front of you. From here we'll do a twist that can also help target the outer thigh. Keep your left leg long, plant the bottom of your right foot on the outside of your left leg. There are two ways to twist here. You can twist to the right and hug your right leg in with your left arm, or you can bring the outside of your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Another way to change this is to bend at your bottom knee. Remember, you could always change variations at any point. Controlled breath. Slowly untwist and switch sides. Extend your right leg long. Bring the bottom of your left foot on the outside of your right leg. Twist to the left by hugging your left leg in or bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left leg. Option to adjust at the legs as well. Slowly untwist, rise to your knees, curl your toes under for more knee support, clasp your hands at your tailbone, puff up your chest, gaze forward, push your hips forward, draw your fist down towards the ground, breathe into your belly, draw your navel into your spine to protect your low back, gaze up or back, slowly rise, your head is the last. Sit on your heels for a moment and crawl yourself out into a plank. Bring your bolster to the top of your mat for an option later. Move your blocks out of the way. Extend your left arm out long, bring your right palm underneath your right shoulder. Twist over to your left. Plant the bottom of your right foot behind your left leg. Option to slide your bolster underneath for more cushioning for your head. final few breaths here. Slowly roll back onto your abdomen, half frog pose. Bring your right leg out with a lot of 90-degree angles. 90-degree angle at your hip, your knee is in line with your hip. 90-degree angle behind your knee is in line with your ankle. And keep your right foot flexed. You can bring your forehead to the ground, you can gaze in either direction. You can use your hands stacked on top of one another for a pillow for your forehead. To decrease intensity, bring your bolster underneath your torso, lifting you higher off the ground. To intensity, you can slide your bolster underneath your leg to lift your leg higher off the ground. Extend your right leg long behind you. Same two postures other side. Straighten your right arm out long. Twist onto your right side. Plant the bottom of your left foot behind your right leg. Soften the expression on your face. Breathe in slowly. Hold for a moment. Breathe out slowly. A few final breaths here. Slowly roll back onto your abdomen, half frog. Bring your left leg out to the side. Align your left knee with your left hip, your left ankle with your left knee, and flex your left foot. Gaze in either direction or bring your forehead to the ground. Final few slow breaths here. Extend your left leg long, find Sphinx pose. Parallel your forearms, palms face down, align your elbows underneath your shoulders. Inhale. Puppy pose, curl your toes under, send your hips back, press your forearms and palms into the ground, rest your forehead on your mat between your legs, between your arms. And as best you can without being able to see, stack your hips over your knees. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Straighten your arms, press your palms into the ground. Lower your elbows down. Bring your palms to the ground under your shoulders. Press back, tabletop. Inhale, straighten your right leg long. Exhale, pigeon pose. Plant your right knee on the outside of your right hip. Walk your left leg back. You can use a bolster here underneath your right hip or glute, or you can lay upon it. Focus on the sensation in your body. Continue to breathe deeply. Final breath here. And then a slow roll up. First, return to your palms. Curl your left toes under. Lift your left knee. Slide your right leg back, tabletop. Walk your hands forward. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, plant your left knee on the outside of your left wrist. Walk your right leg back if need be. Allow gravity to do all the work here and find support where you can. Bring underneath your left glute or thigh, or lay on it. When you add support like props, sometimes it makes it easier for your body to open and release tension. It's not fighting gravity. Slowly roll up. Push any bolster out of the way. Find table. Find a seat. Extend your legs long. Come to lay on your back. Pigeon leg supine twist. Bring the outside of your right ankle to the bottom of your left knee, or bottom of your left thigh. Drop your legs to the left. Extend your right arm out long. Look over your right shoulder. If your low back is uncomfortable, untwist, move your hips to the right, and then retwist. You can also find an eagle leg supine twist as we did in the beginning. If accessible to you, send your inhales to your abdomen and breathe out as slowly as you possibly can. Return your gaze to the ceiling, untwist your legs, switch sides. Each and every time your mind may wander, just return it to your body, to the sensation, to your breath, to the moment you are in right now. With intention, mindfully untwist, center your hips if need be, full wind relieving pose, into happy baby. Draw your knees towards your armpits, reach for the outsides of your feet or ankles, stack your heels over your knees, and draw your knees down to the ground on the outsides of your ribs. Shavasana. Extend your legs out long one at a time. Bring your arms to the side. Soften your eyes. And slow down your breath. Take advantage of this still, calm state.